before we get to that, introduce your cast of Show X. Michael Ritchie, Mike Fotis, Fred Beukema, Eric Knobel, Hannah Kuhlmann, and Jill Bernard. And I'm Tim Hellendrung. We will be your cast this evening. But without any further ado, the reason many of you are here is because of our celebrity Armando. He is a writer, he is a host, and he's incredibly attractive. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to put your hands together for Andrew Zimmern.
That was the very
yeah. Oh, you're welcome. He made me say it. Now, what the Celebrity Armando is Andrew's going to tell some stories, and then we're going to do some improv inspired by those stories, and then he'll tell some more stories. We'll do some more improv. Sound good? Yeah. Awesome. Andrew Zimmern, everybody. Yeah. Take it away.
In true improv style, let's take some suggestions from the audience. I will ask several of you to toss out a word or a phrase. Please don't jump all over each other. Try to do it in some kind of order, and I will tell a story based simply on the words that I hear or inspired by. So why don't we kind of move this way across the room? I promise you'll get your chance. Some words, some suggestions?
Coca-Cola.
Food.
Rainbow Sling.
Latkins.
Rock collection.
Serengeti.
Wow, those are some of the worst suggestions that I've ever heard. But I am sipping a delicious Sprecher Puma Cola. Which has a very odd color, which reminds me of a horrific incident at a temple in Bali. I travel, well, let me just say, this was the story that my wife told me under new circumstances. Should I tell this evening? Which is several of my heroes on stage told me is the basis for an absolute must-do story. International incidents are sort of my specialty. We're not allowed to film them. We're not allowed to talk about them contractually. So it's only at moments like this that I can give you the true glimpse of what really goes on behind the scenes in this caravan that I steer around the globe. That's really like a pirate ship of miscreants and ne'er-do-wells that are certifiably unemployable doing anything else but make, fairly decent cable television. So we're in Bali. We're halfway across the world. Bali, I don't know if anyone has been, is one of the most beautiful mystical places, and kind of like Kenwood, there's something different in the air there. Very spiritual place. And the entire 10 days that I was there, I'm walking around in like stiff white imitation silk robes and crap on my head, and old ladies with smelly fingers. I mean, it's really beautiful and gorgeous, but they're licking their fingers and putting sputum here and then pushing rice or flower petals or something into the center of my head and saying nice blessings, and you have to really watch your manners. And when you're a fairly well-known television show that airs in 70 countries, like the one that I'm very lucky enough to be associated with, there's lots of government officials and greeting and meeting and all the rest of this kind of thing. So we're really kind of on our toes and being super nice. And people are all blissed out that there's old ladies with smelly fingers like pressing shit into their foreheads. I've been doing this travel thing for a long time. I no longer find that amusing. I'd use a handy wipe or some stuff. Because when I can smell it from a foot away coming in, it's always dangerous. So one morning we have to leave the hotel, wheels up, 2 a.m. And the reason is it takes us 3 hours to drive all the way across the island of Bali from Seminyak, where we were, all the way to the other end of the island to some tiny little town where there's going to be a water buffalo race. The water buffalo race is an epic kind of thing. I don't know how many people have seen the Bali show, but it's just incredible. Hundreds of people from all over the island wait all year. They train their water buffalo, or they buy one from a water buffalo seller, and they get a driver, and they race around this wooden race around this mud track. It's like 4 or 5 miles, and they go in heats, and it's extremely dangerous. Number one, the water buffaloes weigh 3,000 pounds. They don't stop. The wooden chariots are really rickety. People get thrown all the time. People die every year. Awesome television. And there's food vendors by the side of the road. So it's 5 in the morning. We finally arrive in this little town, and I meet my guide, this young man who's been training this water buffalo. But first, my guide, the water buffalo, and myself have to get blessed by the high priestess of the village. The high priestess turns out to be this guy's mother. And she is the oldest female priest in Bali and the most sacred and won't talk to anyone. And she greets me with the water buffalo out there and feels some kind of amazing connection. And there's hugging, and in the show there's a tear. I mean, just, it couldn't be more blissed out. It's about 5:40. We've shot the blessing. We've got the water buffalo. We're now going to drive our van to the racetrack. The water buffalo is going to be walked over by a couple of the people who work at the temple, and I am going to hop in the van and meet them there. We're going to shoot a little other stuff. Dawn comes up, and we'll race all day, and it's just going to be fantastic. Well, I don't know how many of you have a regular sort of morning constitutional, but I'm a Jew from New York. I get up in the morning, I have a cup of coffee, I look at my watch, 15 seconds later, bathroom, shower, shave, out the door. I've had too many really bad donuts in the car, soaked up a lot of oil, whatever, like horrible pieces of fruit were back in the refrigerator in the thing, and I realized I've not done things in the order that they were meant to be done. But because I am an amazing traveler, I always in my backpack have one of those mini rolls of Charmin, Traveler's Friend. So because I've done a lot of survivalist shows and a lot of training in my life for these kind of things, I'm going to walk into the woods, I'm going to hang off a tree, and I'm going to relieve myself. This makes complete sense to everybody at this point. So I go around and find things, there's some people over there, I come back over, there's some people over there, I come in, oh my gosh, there's people over there, and I realize there's like I'm like, oh my gosh, and there's a handhold in this stone wall. And I'm like, this is, and no one can see me. And I look around, there's people starting to buzzle over, the light is starting to come up, but it's still very, very dark. All these people are praying and chanting. Bali is a beautiful place to take a crap outdoors. And I relieve myself, take care of everything. I go off. By the way, how many TV people have the balls to tell a scatological story? So I come back out. We go off, we shoot the thing. It's an incredible episode. It's probably the greatest scene we've ever filmed in the history of Bizarre Foods. Our cameras are in the right point. You know, when there's tons of things racing, we actually got a chariot tipping over and a guy flew over our camera guy. Stuff that, like, we're a tiny little 2-camera shoot. I mean, really is very tough to get some of the shots we got. P2, the priestess's son, incredible trainer, at the end of the day, I'm running down the track. We've won, because our water buffalo has won the race. I mean, just such a perfect day. The Bobby Gouling, the roast baby pig, was particularly succulent that day for lunch. Everything is fantastic. So we do things in reverse. It's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We go back to the place to drop off our water buffalo in P2, thank his mom, and be on our way, drive 3 hours, and I'm going to be in the lap of luxury at my hotel, eating dinner around the swimming pool, you know, enjoying the life of a TV star. We get there, and there's a lot of hub and there's a lot of bub, and there's murmuring, and people aren't happy. And my producer, who is ostensibly in charge of this, you know, sort of nasty pirate ship, is called over by one of the attendants to the high priestess, and they're talking to her, and I hear him, I see him like, and he's just shocked, and there's something, he's apologizing, and he's reaching to give money, and he's screaming at other men. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Chris comes walking over to me, and he's like, hey, he says, something horrible has happened, and we don't really know how to deal with this, so we're just trying to help out. Apparently, this is the most sacred spot in Bali. This temple is incredibly sacred. And the priests came walking with their incense and their flowers, and we're going between the temple of fertility and the temple of, you know, holy moly. and which they only do once a year on the day of the great race. And apparently, someone has taken a huge steamer on the little path in between the two. I am shocked. What kind of asshole would do that? Who would desecrate a holy temple in the Balinese? I mean, this is insanity. So they happen to mention that there's no strangers in the entire town. Nowhere for 100 miles is there anywhere other than these incredibly humble, kind Balinese and our crew. I do what every great leader needs to do when faced with these kinds of things. You step up, you put a smile on your face, you throw your shoulders back, and you throw one of your crewmates under the bus. He did it. So I say to Chris, he's like, we don't know what's going on. Obviously, someone has come in behind us, blah, 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 blah. We don't know it could be anyone. And I look at him, I say, it's me. He looks at me, and all he says is, get in the van. And I will be telling more of these stories this evening. That will be the one where I look the stupidest.
Doctor, ever since I turned 70, my hands smell awful. Like, I woke up on my 70th birthday, and I thought something had died in my bedroom. Doctor, it's my hands.
This far away from me, they smell. Yeah?
Yeah, and think how I feel. They're attached to my body. I smell them all the time. I've tried everything.
Literally everything.
Well, that's why I came
You
to
say
you.
everything like you mean everything, but I don't think you mean everything.
I use hand sanitizer.
It's a good start.
I use soap. I use lava soap. I've pumice my hands, as you can see. I've exfoliated them as much as I could.
Dandelions, have you rubbed dandelions on your hands?
No, doctor, that hadn't occurred to me.
Why not?
I'm not a medical
You
professional.
should have used dandelions. I mean, really, if you think about it.
All right, look, I have to admit to something.
Did you shit in my mug? Why would you shit in my mug, Dave? What the fuck? Merry Christmas. This prank war's gotten out of control. All right, you know I love this mug. I'm employee of the month.
Okay, things have gotten a little bad. But okay, let's be honest. You left that Post-it note with a drawing of what I assume was a penis on it, and so I shit in your mug.
That is a big-time escalation that I am not okay with.
Oh, Jesus!
All right.
Okay. Then let me give it a preemptive strike. How much do you love your wife?
Dave, what'd you do to my wife, man? She's
well,
not part of this.
She may have gotten out of there before she succumbed to the smoke inhalation. Merry Christmas!
Did you like my house?
I know you guys paid a lot of money for me, but I'm not sure I want to be on your quiz bowl team.
Listen, Nerd Alert, you gotta be on the team.
No, I don't believe in you. I don't believe in your team. I don't believe in your school.
Let me get this straight. Are you backing out of being on our quiz bowl team because you don't believe in us?
I didn't agree to this. Whoever you paid for me agreed to this.
Oh, we acquired you.
Quiz bowl starts at 4 minutes.
Son of a... We're too close, all right? We are too close to winning the bowl.
I'm just a piece of chattel to you people.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, that's exactly that.
That is
You
what-
are insightful, and that is why we want you on the team.
Right. And you use word like chattel.
Welcome, 101 Annual Quiz Bowl!
On ESPN 3.
And now, Brent Tamling! Hi, I'm Brent Tamling! And welcome to another exciting Quiz Bowl.
Do not betray us.
I apologize. It obviously means there's no poker going on anywhere. All right, now.
I have no dog in this hunt. I don't.
From Downers Grove North High School, we've got the Downers Grove North High School Quiz Bowl team. Now let's cut.
A better name.
Now let's cut to their introductory montage.
Standing at 6'1", an IQ of 127. It's this guy.
What's the mascot?
Brent, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
There's only so much quality cable television out there, all right? And you're just not producing any of it.
If you guys would send me to better places, that's all I'm saying.
We send you to the same studio every day to deal with teenagers. Is that not magic? Is that not magic? I'll ask one more. Is that not magic? Is that not magic? Look.
Gee,
Yes.
you think this is why I got into basic cable? I wanted to change things.
You wanted to change things in basic cable?
Yes. Is there any other medium?
There's every other medium, pretty much.
Yes, but none strikes at the heart of the human experience in America like basic cable. Did you care about cake 4 years ago? No.
All right, you have a point, but basic cable, there's only so much room, you know? We only have millions of channels to pick. I'm gonna let you go.
You're not sending me down to ESPN 4.
We're
are
gonna
you?
just let you go in general. You
That's
can go
better than ESPN 4.
You're a free agent.
That's better than ESPN. No, they had a bird show on there the other day. Not a
That's
show.
ESPN 4. It flies, and I'm trying to teach it some words.
And this is where you'll have the utmost Kenwood experience. In your own manor home, for you and your, I'm assuming, dentist husband. Who's... This is your statue. That's right, I forgot. I'm sorry, we just had it put here by ghosts.
I just get so nervous when I'm west of Hennepin.
I understand.
Don't mind us, we're your neighbors. We live in that Frank Lloyd Wrightian-esque house up there surrounded by a statue of a giant sitting thinking guy and a bone horse.
That's another one of our beautiful statues. As you can see, your potential neighbors are as light-skinned as you are. Most of the riffraff you're worried about is scared of lakes. So they
Except don't worry, if they ever attack, we'll just swim out to the island.
Yes.
What's that for?
I'm their son, and I look like one of those guys who's going to ask you for change, but it's by choice. I build the big bikes.
Now you have an important decision to make, and I know your husband has to be at one moment. What is it?
I'm sorry. I was just delivering the mail. Truth is, I wasn't trying to be in this scene. Bye,
Now I know that may seem potentially alarming that someone just walked through your home like that. But imagine how light-skinned that gentleman was just now, and how kind he was. He brought your mail. He had it for some reason. Oh! Look out.
I'm just getting on my big bike.
It's all addressed to Mary Tyler Moore as if she's a real person who actually lives here instead of this just being the TV show house.
It's something we do.
Boy, I tell you, I've been up and down the block all day.
Yeah.
It's not getting any easier out there.
Oof, it's pretty snowy.
It is. Boy, I tell you, these people with the snow plows, the machine thing,
Yeah.
they think they got it easy. But
They're fakers.
they're getting
They're
soft.
fakers. Their arms are gonna atrophy.
Not mine, boy.
No, because we use shovels. We're real.
Yeah, I was thinking,
What?
these kids, they come around, try to sell their services.
Here comes one. Come in.
I feel weird. Oh, just coming into your house.
Just come into it.
Nobody actually does that.
Come in.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Are you here to offer your shoveling services?
Yeah, why do you have chairs surrounding the front door?
We knew you were coming.
Let me see your forearms. Oh, those are good. You do a lot of shoveling, don't you?
In the winter.
Your forearms are useful now, but in about 65 years, your arms are going to reek like the Dickens.
65 years?
Yes. Once you're not 5.
Why are you bringing 5-year-olds into your office and
Look,
terrifying
I'm trying to
them?
build up a client list, all right?
I just think it's cruel. It's a little kid. He should be playing hopscotch and
He
doing
should
other
know.
fun.
He should know, and other people should know about stinky fucking hand disease. I named it myself. After me, Fred fucking. It's gonna catch on. I'm gonna turn that name into magic.
Wait until they're 20.
Dr. Fucking
Yes.
Lord 1030 is here.
Thank you very much.
Hasn't been born yet, but is in the second trimester.
It's all right. I talked to his mother.
I'm gonna hide in the closet and see how this goes.
That's not normal.
It's fine.
Right this way. Right this way.
Hello. We spoke on the sidewalk. I accosted you and asked you to come on in. I'm Dr. Fucking. It's pronounced fucking. Hello.
You wanted to talk to me about the potential stink?
The stinky fucking hand disease of your child. Now, I noticed your complexion. You yourself will probably not get stinky fucking hand disease. But your child could get it from you because it skips a generation, and I picked your pocket and saw a photo of your father.
Can I have that photo of my father
You
back?
can have your entire purse that I pickpocketed out of your pocket. You shouldn't keep your purse in your pocket after all.
It's a pocket purse.
But only men.
It's a pocket purse. It folds down and fits inside of your pocket. Try it.
Is she gonna buy it?
I don't know.
Just sell it hard.
What do you think?
I like it. I like it.
Well, then it's as if you've bought it. Thanks. I forgot to get the money from you.
But I could still give it to you.
Oh, great. Go ahead.
I guess it's in the purse that I didn't just buy.
Well, you're in for a real change when you switch your money.
Get it?
The other one.
Change money?
Excuse me. Don't you fucking step on my sales again.
We are partners.
I will destroy you if you betray me like this again.
Just gonna leave some of my cards here, if you don't mind. So.
Thank you. Thank you. The store's empty now. I guess we can have a dance party if you want.